We're going to speak now to Christine Bellino, co-host of Jacksonville's Morning News on WOKV Radio. First of all, though, before that, let's have another look at that clip of Kamala Harris. What is going on here?
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
OK, then. That's cleared that one up. I don't know what she's talking about. Christine, very good morning to you. What's she going on about?
I think that you were talking about your employee who rides the bus that is ready to start on fire. I think many people in the United States feel like they're on a bus that is about to start on fire. It is sad because there is still a very strong division in this country, and even though both major political parties ran on the supposition that we were going to try to unify the country, there's still quite a bit of disunification happening. So this baby little country over here is having, some significant issues. And I think what the vice president is addressing is something that is very significant, especially in the minds of women here in the United States, because there's something going around saying, her body, my choice, meaning that it's a direct reference to the abortion issue here, which was a very big issue in the last political campaign. So I think that that's what she's referring to some extent. I think there's, on some levels, some panic here.
But that's crazy, isn't it? Because, I mean, even Joe Biden came out and welcomed Donald Trump into the White House, talked about how the time was now to sort of heal the nation, if you like, and people should just accept that somebody else won the election. If it wasn't your party, it was the one that you didn't vote for. And America remains a great country and should continue to just carry on as it did before. And it seems crazy, doesn't it, to be so sort of stuck in your ways that you can't accept that somebody like Donald Trump, who was president already once before for 4 years and didn't, kill anybody off, actually is going to be in again.
Right. And, he won by a decisive margin. So, it wasn't as close as it was before. I think the Democrats were concerned that a lot of people just did not vote, or a lot of people didn't vote the way they thought they were going to. And fewer Republicans jumped ship than may have been previously anticipated.
Yes. Also, an awful lot of people were disenfranchised from the Democrats and how they had become and the kind of the direction that they were moving in. I mean, I know I've got family members that live there. I know people who would normally have been voting Democrat who just didn't vote for Kamala Harris because they thought that, she'd taken the party too far into areas that they didn't want it to go.
You're right. And the, overwhelming issue in the United States right now, politically, at least according to exit polling, was the economy. And more than 60% in a poll, but I think it was done by CNN, had said that more than 60% of people thought the economy was either poor or very bad. And so that is really what the Republicans ran on. When you have egg prices that have skyrocketed, those are the main issues for many Americans. So it was thought that the Democrats were running on more cerebral issues that most Americans didn't really care about, according to the election results.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people leaving the country in January because they can't stand the idea of Donald Trump being inaugurated in January and they don't want to be there. Kind of mad. But we've got Thanksgiving coming up. So, I mean, is there any chance that the nation will perhaps heal itself over the next few days? People will just kind of spend some time with their families. I mean, you also hear weird stories of family members not talking to other family members because they voted for, the other guy. It's kind of insane, isn't it?
It is insane, and I can tell you I have family members who don't talk to other family members because of the election. The tariffs issue is one that is dividing people now again. Even members of the Republican Party are being divided. So you're right. We're hopeful that the Thanksgiving holiday reminds us just how important it is to kind of not just stick together, but remember the fact that we are all in this together. So whether it is, Republicans and Democrats or, Americans and Canadians and Mexicans, we are all in this together. So we are a world community.
Well, indeed,
So
even Justin Trudeau seems to be on board. Have a look at this.
I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again. We obviously talked about laying out the facts, talking about how the intense and effective connections between our two countries flow back and forth. We talked about some of the challenges that we can work on together. It was a good call.
I mean, I've never seen him quite so friendly towards Donald Trump. He's not normally like that, but so maybe he could lead you all out of your torpor.
Let's hope so. We do about $1.5 trillion of trade between Canada and Mexico. So we're hoping that the U.S.'s three largest trading partners are not too upset with us, but Trump doesn't seem to care. He promises that he's going to issue executive orders imposing new tariffs on all imports from China, Mexico, and yes, Canada.
Yes. Well, because the thing is, I mean, we've just suffered here another factory shutting down, a car manufacturing factory shutting down because the Chinese car industry is taking over in Europe, and we're not going to probably end up making cars anymore because they make them cheaper and they bring them in and sell them to people in Europe. And so if you let them do that, then you won't have any more car manufacturing after a while.
So, Mike, the interesting thing is, right, he is expecting this to kind of bully Canada and Mexico into controlling their own borders, especially drugs, and especially in the case of Mexico, the migrants that are coming into the United States. But most people, even some Republicans, including Mitch McConnell, are very, very critical of this plan, saying that it is going to increase prices, and that's something on which the Trump-Vance campaign ran in this election. A lot of people saying that, Americans don't want to do the jobs that Mexicans do right now in this country, and it's going to hurt prices overall. So many Republicans saying they're not a fan of the tariffs, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, we get all that as well. We have the same problems here. We get a lot of immigration comes in, and people who like immigration say, oh, but we need those people to do the jobs that we don't do. Meanwhile, we've got 9 million people not doing anything, who have just basically decided they're economically inactive and they don't want to work. They're on welfare. So it's a worldwide problem. So I wish you luck with it, and have a very happy Thanksgiving to you, and I shall be seeing you on the other side.